Hi everyone, welcome to our latest video, our first video of 2018. So welcome back to you all, and what a way to kick off a new year with this absolutely beautiful Aprilia RSV4 APRC ABS. So if ever there was a bike to challenge the seller's knowledge of the English alphabet, this is surely it. Bit of a mouthful, but certainly worth the effort, because it is an astonishing bike in equally astonishing condition. So this particular bike, as I say, is an Aprilia RSV4. She's a 2014 64 plate and has covered just 1,568 miles. So less than 1,600 miles from new. And as I think you'll be able to see from this video, and indeed the photos already taken, she's in exactly the sort of condition you'd expect a bike of such minimal mileage to appear in. So basically, what is the RSV4? Okay, so it's Aprilia's superbike, I guess is the only way to describe it. 65-degree V4 engine, putting out about 180 brake horsepower, and savagely fast, as all these modern litre bikes are. But there's something about this particular bike, the drive and the torque that you get from a V4 is really something quite special. Putting out some 85 pound-foot of torque, so the drive is just constantly relentless. Very, very fast bike, and as a result, I think very wisely, Aprilia designed the APRC, which is Aprilia Performance Ride Control, and that consists of a host of rider aids, ranging from launch control, although I have to say, from a perspective of owning a road bike, you might want to invest in some additional clutch plates if you're going to use the launch control on a regular basis. Launch control, ATC Aprilia traction control, AWC Aprilia wheelie control, and switchable ABS, and even engine braking. So, you know, obviously all the technologies that the race teams, both in World Superbikes and MotoGP, have been developing over the years, all that stuff has now reached the road bikes. And certainly, if unless you're an extremely experienced rider, I think most people would benefit from using some, if not all, of those electronics at some point in the future. Okay, so she's got some nice additions as well. We'll start at the front, and what a beautiful front end. Really, really aggressive, but at the same time quite simple. So we've got a tinted MRA screen, and then moving down the bike, you can see we've got R&G crash bungs, this beautiful MIV exhaust, which I have to say I think is just perfect for the bike. I just think it's the right look, it's the right colour, it's the right length, and I think when you hear the bike start, you'll hear it's the right sound as well. And we've got an R&G tail tidy on the back as well, sitting neatly behind what has to be one of the best tail ends of any of the most recent superbikes. Absolutely beautiful. This classic and huge alley swing arm. I think the only bike you'll see a chunkier swing arm than that on would probably be the BMW S1000RR. And this is a bike that would certainly give both the S1000RR and any of the other litre bike's a run for its money. So basically we've got, not only have we got a huge amount of power and torque from the engine, we've got these beautiful Brembo monoblock radial mounted brake calipers. We've got fully adjustable Showa front suspension, complemented at the rear by a fully adjustable Sachs rear shock, and that gives us an opportunity to do some close-ups as well. You can see there's barely even any discoloration to the exhaust pipes because of the low mileage. And again, we can take this opportunity to do some close-ups. Absolutely no marks to the engine casings or indeed the fairings. No chips, no scuffs, no scratches. Just a beautiful example of a genuine low mileage machine. Now, one of the other additions that I nearly overlooked is the quick shifter. So if you like doing your racing changes, then you might be able to save yourself a quarter of a second as you pop to the shops. But all jokes aside, I mean, this makes a fantastic road bike, because if you read the MCN review, they say that the actual ride, you know, the actual comfort of the suspension on the road is second to none. Very Honda-like, and I think it's probably time to dispel any of the sort of past rumours of Italian build quality, because this bike, in our opinion, is built every bit as well as a Honda, and worth every penny. Okay, so we'll just turn the ignition on and take you through some of the electronics. You'll see the instrument panel do its self-check, and on this occasion we've gone straight into the race screen, where we've got a lap timer. You can see there we're in sport mode. We're in ATC 5, which is number 5 out of 8 traction control settings. We've got the gear indicator there showing we're in neutral, and right at the bottom left hand side we've got the speed. So that's basically the track mode, because clearly the last thing you want to be worrying about on the track is your actual speed in miles per hour. Probably looking for your next apex, more importantly. But using the mode button on the left hand side, we can actually change that back. We can go into wheelie control, we can go into launch control, we can change the ABS settings. And then we're back into the main mode, which basically shows us, this is road mode basically, so you can see the mileage there at 1,568. We're back to showing the actual road speed in large font. Still showing our traction control setting and the sport mode. And on the right hand bar here, the starter button, what we'll do, we'll start her up for you, and then the starter button then turns into a button which enables us to change from sport mode to track mode to wet mode, so or rain mode. So that's what 1000 cc of V4 sounds like as it barks into life. And that nib exhaust really does make the difference. can adjust the mode from sport to rain to track, back to sport mode. So whatever your riding abilities, there should be something for everyone. Basically each one of those settings also has factory default. So for example the track setting minimises traction control, minimises ABS intervention, and adjusts the engine braking accordingly. But each one of those settings is also you can personalise it. So basically you can change, if you're on track and you want greater traction control intervention, you can go in there and actually set up your own mapping. But I think for 99% of people, standard settings are going to be absolutely fine. What an absolute weapon. In the menu, basically we can go through the menu, lots of different settings for the usual stuff, time, etc. But we can go back into APRC, and as you can see we can adjust the APRC, the wheelie control, the launch control and the ABS. But there's far too much to go through on a video. It will certainly require the new owner to have a look through the owner's manual. But I think if it was your own bike and you're used to adjusting these electronics on a regular basis, I think after a while it will become quite intuitive. So just to summarise, here we have an absolutely stunning Aprilia RSV4 APRC ABS. She's a 2014 64 plate, having covered less than 1600 miles. MIV exhaust, tail tidy, R&G crash bungs and an MRA tinted screen. And this bike is available at 10495. I hope you enjoyed the video.